let me bring in Sajjan. Sajjan, the message is that the EBCs matter. This is an election which is being fought now for the EBCs of Bihar, the 36% EBC population, which is the deciding vote bank in this election. Sajjan, so where do you place your bet right now as we look at elections just a few days from now?
Yes, look, from the EBC's vantage point, when we talk about EBCs, we should remember that there are around 125 to 130 castes scattered across Bihar. And certainly individually they do not matter, but their social location as located into among the dominant communities, dominant caste, wherein they do not express their preference as vocally as the dominant caste and people from within those communities speak. So therefore their silence many a times also has to be read, right? So that is why when you look from EBC's vantage point, overwhelmingly what you find, do you see that they have a sense of fatigue vis-a-vis Nitish Kumar? To some extent maybe, right? But the another necessary condition is, do they want Nitish out and do they want Tejaswi in? And therein we see that they still have their trust, you know, with Nitish Kumar. They are not yet willing to cross the Rubicon and pose their trust in Tejaswi Yadav. And that is why I think that overwhelming number of OBCs, because of their material scheme-centric benefit and law and order relative plank, they are likely to stand and endorse Nitish Kumar and certainly NDA.
So, is there a sense now that the Prime Minister's presence in Samastipur was a clear answer now that as far as the backward classes in Bihar are concerned, it is the JDU which has made that effort in reaching out to this class, particularly to ensure that they get the benefits of the state. So, क्या ये माना जाए कि प्रधानमंत्री ने समस्तीपुर से रैली की शुरुआत करके, पूरी कैंपेन की शुरुआत करके ये मैसेज दे दिया है?
देखिए, बिहार में कुछ दिन पहले एक टाइटल चोर आए थे, तो ये मैसेज देना बहुत जरूरी था कि बिहार में और देश में एक ही जननायक है, वो जननायक भारत रत्न कर्पूरी ठाकुर जी हैं। और जहां तक बात है, आप ईबीसी की बात कर रहे हैं, ईबीसी जब आदरणीय नीतीश कुमार जी ने 2005 में बिहार की सत्ता संभाली, तो 2006 में जो पंचायती राज व्यवस्था में आरक्षण दिया, उसमें 50% महिलाओं के लिए और 20% ईबीसी कम्युनिटी को दे करके उनको राजनीतिक रूप से सशक्त करने का काम किया है। और नीतीश जी ने जब से सत्ता संभाला है बिहार का, चाहे वो ईबीसी हो, ओबीसी हो, अपर क्लास हो या फिर महिलाएं हो या माइनॉरिटी हो, सभी के साथ उन्होंने एक नारा दिया कि न्याय के साथ विकास और मेरा परिवार पूरा बिहार। इसलिए नीतीश जी ने किसी भी कम्युनिटी के साथ भेदभाव नहीं किया है, वो सभी कम्युनिटी के साथ बराबर उन्होंने काम किया है, चाहे वो हिंदू हो, मुस्लिम हो, सिख हो, ईसाई हो, सभी लोगों के साथ उन्होंने जो काम किया है, इस आधार पे आदरणीय नीतीश कुमार जी को पूरे बिहार की जनता पसंद करती है। और 2025 का जो चुनाव है, इस चुनाव में बिहार की जनता ने संकल्प ले लिया है कि आदरणीय नीतीश कुमार जी के नेतृत्व में फिर से बिहार में सरकार बनाना।
Then the question is, then what is really the purpose of this announcement? Will you be able to ensure that it trickles down? Or is the announcement of a potential EBC Deputy Chief Minister coming too late?
See, it's never too late in the politics. What believes is that we have already started the campaign since February only. And you just come to know that we became the voice of voiceless here in Bihar. What he did, we had addressed the issue of the people of Bihar, and they are fighting this time. I mind you, I am repeating this word, that the Bihar is going to fight for their right, their basic right of education and the right of medical issues. If you know, for everything they have to run away from the Bihar to other cities like the capital, India capital, Delhi. So what we have seen that we have moved across the Bihar, we have you have addressed the issue of the people, and we came to know that what are the things. That's why India Gathbandhan has bring that EBC Sankalp Patra, and it is being majorly discussed among the political parties.
So let's talk about the EBC Sankalp Patra. Unko mic dijiye. If the India Gathbandhan or Mahagathbandhan in Bihar is coming up with a decisive roadmap for the EBCs, don't you feel that that can put you on the back foot? All this messaging is all right. You know, you can say that you have an OBC Chief Minister in Nitish Kumar. The Prime Minister himself is from the OBC community. But when it is about the extreme backward classes in the context of Bihar, they have more representation than the OBCs.
Good evening to you and all my co-panelists. I think this question doesn't come up because the first person who really, or the organization and the party which really looked at EBC as a separate group that needed to be empowered, that was BJP and JDU. Otherwise, during what I call Toot Bandhan, because it is no more a Gat Bandhan, they are fighting against each other, they are fighting with each other. It was never the case. It was only when this NDA government came is when people started looking at these castes and they understood that they were really, not so empowered politically as well as economically, and therefore the schemes that were made were tailor-made for them, and that is how you now see that they have been able to reach the levels at which they should have been, at par with the rest of the people.
But what about political representation?
See, there has been a massive political representation. People were talking about Mr. Sahni. We have in BJP 3 very prominent leaders who are Sahni. And in JDU also, one of the ministers
Are any of
is
them
Mr.
deputy
Sahni.
chief ministers?
See, let's understand that when it comes to deputy chief minister, it's a non-constitutional post, right?
Okay.
It is only
so you are offering a non-constitutional post to a...
Yeah, it is never in the constitution
backward
also.
classes.
It's just a signal,
Okay,
right?
so it's essentially symbolism. It is non-constitutional post. उसका कोई महत्व नहीं है.
देखिए, ये जो बात कह रहे हैं, रियली इसका कोई मतलब भी नहीं बनता है. मैं पूछता हूं कि डिप्टी सीएम के तौर पे आदरणीय तेजस्वी जी भी यहाँ रह चुके हैं, लेकिन जब सरकार बदली, नीतीश कुमार जी ही मुख्यमंत्री थे, तो क्या क्या वो किए जो भाजपा के साथ नहीं किए. तो जो सरकार और सत्ता में जिनकी समर्थन होती है, जिनकी संख्या होती है, वो मुख्यमंत्री से वो करवाते हैं. हम लोगों ने ये जातीय जनगणना करवाया, और आपको मालूम होगा आज ईबीसी पे बात कर रहे हैं, जननायक कर्पूरी ठाकुर जी के ही नेतृत्व में पहली बार बिहार में आरक्षण 26% सबसे ज्यादा उस समय लागू किया गया था. और अति पिछड़ा और पिछड़ा ये वर्गीकरण सिर्फ बिहार स्टेट में है, ये केंद्रीय लेवल पे नहीं है. तो बिहार में अति पिछड़ा और पिछड़ा का जो ये वर्गीकरण है, उस हिसाब से अति पिछड़ा को ज्यादा हक हुकूक मिले, इसके लिए हमारी सरकार जातीय जनगणना करवाई. नीतीश जी भी साथ में थे, और जातीय जनगणना के आधार पर बड़ी हुई आरक्षण के मांग को 9वीं अनुसूचित में डालने की मांग आदरणीय तेजस्वी जी नीतीश जी के नेतृत्व में किए थे. और आप देखिए कि प्रधानमंत्री जी उन मांग को नहीं मांगे.
Let's look at the candidates. Sajjan, you would have studied the overall, candidates coming in from various castes.
Yeah.
So let's look at that now. Mahagathbandhan versus NDA. Who do you think has given more tickets to the EBCs?
Oh, certainly. You see, JDU and RJD first. So, JDU out of 101 seats has given around 22 EBCs, right? Which is 22% or something. If you take that in RJD, out of 143, they have given around 21. It may be one or two.
So, it's roughly the same.
No, but it's out of 143, the ratio comes down.
That's right.
Right? So,
Finally,
in terms of
yes.
EBC representation, RJD lags behind JDU. Then you say BJP this time has given around 15 EBCs out of 101. In percentage-wise, it's closer to RJD. So in terms of EBC, RJD and BJP in percentage are at par with each other. But Nitish Kumar still shines ahead. So in terms of the representativeness, relatedness,
So then in that case,
Nitish is still
sincerity.
ahead.
So in that case, Nitish Kumar will be seen to be more sincere than the Mahagathbandhan when it is about giving tickets, fielding those from the EBC community. Nitish Kumar led JDU has done that more.